Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, I trust you are encouraged by my last video from Barry McGuire and through his song Eve of Destruction. What a great title that one is. We looked at those moments, not just for the world, but also for us personally. So I trust you found that one encouraging. Well, we're going on to a guy today, a powerhouse in the music industry who invented this rhythm. Bop, 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 bop. Well, imagine a whole band of guitars and drums and all the rest of it doing that sort of thing. This guy's Elias Arthur Bates McDaniel was born in Macomb, Mississippi in 1928. Now, Elias, and we'll get on to what his real name is, his stage name is in a minute. He was an absolute power. I'm talking like an absolute powerhouse of moving blues to rock and roll. And one of the things that he did to do that was that rhythm I talked about before. That rhythm has been used in a lot of songs since, because this guy is very much influenced by African rhythms. The stage name of this guy is Bo Diddley. So, as I said, he was instrumental in doing that transition from blues to rock and roll, using African rhythms and beats. Interestingly, Bo or Elias was actually because his family was too poor to actually bring him up, so he was adopted by his cousin. And it was around 1951 that the family moved to Chicago, and from that point onwards, Bo Diddley, I'm not quite sure where the name came from, but he sort of started to do the clubs in Chicago and quite well known. And it was only a matter of time before he started to just to make it to move and shake from this rhythm and blues. Of course, Chicago is a rhythm and blues town to rock and roll. So one of the significant things about Bo Diddley is the shape of his guitar. He's had a few different, you know the traditional shaped guitar. We know it's hard to define what the shape actually is, but this guy actually used rectangle shapes. And he was also quite good at getting tremolo and reverb sounds going into his guitar. And of course, we all know that tremolo and reverb is one of the things that pretty well everybody uses these days. Well, Bo had a lot to do with starting that one to get just a bit more richness to the sound. We do need effects in this day and age. A voice that just sounds without effects is a bit dry, so putting a bit of reverb on there just makes it sound that little bit better. And Bo Diddley had a lot to do with that. So I think where I want to go today, as I was thinking about Bo Diddley a little bit, I was thinking about this square-shaped guitar. And I think this is where I want to go today. So obviously, to pull off something as significant as a weird shape like this, and we'll get onto some clips in a minute, you've got to just really be, first of all, sure of who you are and sure of what you believe. But also imagining the what if. Now, what if we change the shape of this guitar? What about if we created a bigger resonant chamber for the thing, and then we might actually get a better sound out of it, a fuller sound, a richer sound? Well, because of this shaped guitar, Bo Diddley absolutely did that, and he became quite iconic for his guitars that he's got. So, what square-shaped thing are you looking at in your life right now? You know, the thing where you're thinking, oh God, I don't want to try that thing. That thing's a bit weird. I don't want to do that. What if it worked though? You know, what if it was like, oh, actually that does work. What about if I do this instead? Am I game enough to try it? Well, why don't we try it? Give it a go. See what happens. The world actually doesn't mind innovative stuff. It doesn't mind quirky stuff. And I think, a square guitar is quite quirky. It's quite unusual to look at. But it kind of worked. But let's go a bit more than just an idea. Let's go to our lives personally. What is some quirky characteristic that you've got? Something you think, hey, this is a bit strange. I kind of like it. Well, let it out. See how it goes. Because you know what? People who are absolutely sure of who they are and actually can carry this difference you've got to be able to carry it. It's one thing to say, look at me, I'm different. It's another thing to actually say, hey, look, I need to stand up here so that I can carry this difference into the world. The people who have actually done that have actually found success, and I think there's something about being our unique, original selves with all of our quirky quirks in there that will enable us to find success. Because if we can look back on our life and think, gee, well, I actually changed the world, or I changed my small part of it at least, and I actually felt really, really happy doing it, why wouldn't we want to do it? We want to be able to make a difference in this world, and it's not through doing what everybody else does. It's through being different. Bit of a challenge if you want to be different. You ready for this one? Put your phone in your pocket. Take your earphones out of your ears. Look up. That's being different. In fact, that's so different these days. Everyone's looking at their phones. Everyone's got their earphones in. But instead of looking down, look up. The sky is blue, the grass is green, the trees are beautiful. You can make a start and be different just in that way. And you know, that kind of filters into your mind in a few different other ways. And then life takes on a bit of a new meaning. So I think let's not too scared to be ourselves. If there's some quirky thing in there, let's just let it out and see what happens, hey? Because, you know, we only live this life once, and you are the only you in this world. And don't hold out on the world, because you are unique and beautiful and amazing. So I trust that will all be a bit of encouragement for you today. It's amazing where these videos go sometimes. When I looked at Bo Diddley, there wasn't any particular song that really struck me to talk about, but this iconic rhythm that he's got in his guitar shape, and him being him, absolutely shone through. So it was only a matter of time before I discovered that story on Bo Diddley. So some clips, let's get on to them. We've got 16 Tons. This is one of his first singles. This is all the way back in 1955, so a long time ago right here. This is the Ed Sullivan Show. If you made it on that show, you know you had made it. Remember the Beatles, probably a few years after this, also had that iconic performance on Ed Sullivan, Elvis Presley as well. This guy was absolutely instrumental in bringing music into the world. And you can just see, this is how you looked in this days. You know, you wore suits and ties, but you had that, Bo just wants to rock. You can see he's just wanting to get out there and do what he does. So we've got 16 Tons. We then got one of his classics, Hey Bo Diddley. This is from 1965, and here you'll see the distinctive guitar shape come out. So there's not a lot of music behind him here. We've got a guitar, a couple of guitars and drums. That's kind of it. And always, you know, you got the three girls doing backups as you always do. But Hey Bo Diddley is one of his classic songs, and this is that rhythm I was talking around. Absolutely. Then we got a bit of a live clip of him a bit later. The clip's just said a celebration of blues and soul, because he never got his blues roots. It's Soul Diddley, Bo Diddley, I should say, and it's good to see that one. And then all the way back into 1989, we've got I Am a Man. So again, good to see him a little bit later in his career. He'd been doing this thing for a long time. And so it's good to have some clips all the way through his career. Now he's been inducted into a stack of Hall of Fame. This is just a few of them. 1987 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that was done by ZZ Top. 2003 Blues Hall of Fame. 2017 Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. There we go. We've got a Blues Hall of Fame and a Rhythm and Blues Hall of Fame. He's received a Lifetime Achievement Award both by the Rhythm and Blues Foundation, and he's also received a Lifetime Achievement Award, Grammy Award as well. He's got an honorary doctorate from the University of Florida. So there we go, very well regarded indeed. Between 1958 and 1996, that's a very long career right there. 27 studio albums, 6 live albums, 25 compilation albums, and 37 singles, and a stack of compilations with other artists. Now, Bo Diddley did leave us in 2008. Just a matter of just wearing out. He was at a pretty good age when he died, so he was rocking all the way through. we've got 1989, we've got a clip there, but he was recording right up until 1996. So there we go. So again, the story of Bo Diddley: be yourself, but be radically yourself. Shake things up. See what life has got to offer and give it a bit of a shake. This is the inspiration of Bo Diddley today. Well, the links to those, how many we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4 clips are in the description below. And I've also included my last video from Barry McGuire, so if you want to recap on him, feel free. Well, if you come back for another one, or this is your first time, the Life Reflections through Music, how great to see you all here, by the way. I trust you've been encouraged by this story today. Well, next time we're going to go on to Bobby Darin. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.